Welcome to another live episode of Halftime Adjustments. It's your host, Eddie Arnell, my man G with Mr. J. Lou.
Tighten up, baby.
And
Tighten
if you
up,
can
baby.
hear the circus music, because it's just like we just got finished watching the circus
Yes, sir.
in Arizona. So I had to come on with the circus music, man, because what a football game to see today as the Titans go on the road to Arizona to try to end the 10-game losing streak. Let me back up to last season. And wow, I mean, two plays are going to define this whole game, really, if you draw it up. 72-yard run for a touchdown that turned into a touchback. And then you had an interception that turns into a touchdown. And it's a 14-point swing as the Titans walk off with a Joey Sly 29-yard field goal, 22-21 to get their first win in Arizona. And I'm not going to give Cal any credit. I'm not, because I got some things to say about him. But G-Wit, let's talk about a few things, some things that you noticed and take from today's game.
Oh, okay, let's just be real about it. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And that's really what happened today. However, I will say this. I was really down on the defense in the first half, especially in the first quarter. Matter of fact, I had texted J. Lou, told him like the question is going to be whether Arizona's going to score 40 or 50 points with the way they're going. I have to give the defense some credit in that they adjusted and pretty much shut down until that fourth quarter play that ended up being a touchdown turned into a touchback. Overall, the thing I will say is this. We got to see Cam Ward do something that we never saw Will Levis do all last season.
That's right.
And that was to take a game-winning drive in the last 2 minutes and go down the field. And he did that. So, again, I think that goes back to what we said when we drafted him. We just need a good quarterback who's able to make some plays. And he understood the situation, and he made some great throws. I just got to give him his props for that. And, again, like I said, defensively, Big Jeff was wrecking havoc all day. You even got to see Arden Key make some plays. Overall, I just take the win. Like I said, it's better to be lucky than good.
J. Lou, what you got, man?
So I'll keep it brief so until we get into the meat and potatoes of it. But I thought this is probably the second, if not second and a half game in a row that the offensive line has played well. Mm-hmm. They played well. Good job again on penalties. Not a lot that was accepted. And again, as a bad team, sometimes I'll go ahead and get this out there because y'all know how I feel about the refs. Sean Smith has been my favorite ref. He always, if you just look up his stats, the Titans do pretty well, I believe, when he's the head official on their games. I like him, but I thought penalty-wise did pretty good. And then you like to see that. I think this is the first time in 2 years that we've seen take the comeback out of it. Mm-hmm. This is the first time in 2 years we've seen the team overcome their own obstacles and continue to overcome them. Mm-hmm. That now, granted, and we'll talk about the touchdown as we get into it. The 71-yard run, we all waiting on the dam to break on the fourth quarter of the defense. It broke, but what I liked about the defense, they responded. Now, again, it's better to be lucky, as G-Wit said. You got lucky with the bonehead play the receiver made, and again, the running back made. And I think a lot of that had to do with, I will give Snead, even though Snead didn't punch it out, give him credit for at least the footsteps and being in the hustle. So, but that could have been, I mean, even when the Titans had the opportunity to have to make a stop and use a timeout to get the ball back, guess what? The defense did it. So, kudos to this defense, because if you watch just the first half, you're right. Me and G-Wit, this is going to be a 40-point game, and they pitched a shutout. So, not only them, but if I look at it on the offensive side of the ball, they continue to grind away to find a win. So that you hope that they can stack and build on top of that. But I definitely thought that was something good. That's something we haven't seen in 2 years, them being able to overcome the self-inflicted obstacles and still finding a way to win.
Yeah, and like you said, we hadn't seen that, and that's indicative of a young coach and a young football team and we saw something today that we hadn't seen in a while. So, man, appreciate y'all for joining us. Appreciate y'all for joining us tonight. Darius, Will, Rodney, Mikey Jones, Eddie Gray, man, what's happening? Oh, y'all. So Rodney said he stopped watching the game. Now he's noticing we won. Yeah, we'll take it. A lot of luck, but we'll take it. So
Absolutely.
things that I'm gonna pick up on. I got some good and I got some bad. I still think Cal's decision making is very questionable. Here's why: you get a punt after a stop, right? You get a punt, you get the ball around the 30-yard line, I believe, and you make them re-kick, and you get in field position. Why not just tack on the 5 and be at the 35? Now you inside the 20. This is bad decision making.
Yeah, because on the re-kick, you got a penalty.
Right. Now I'm gonna give him some credit. Smart of not taking the timeout toward the end down there because he made Arizona run the football. You heard the commentator say that.
Yes.
That was good. He actually managed the game, managed the clock right. Again, defensively wise, I still don't like the soft zone coverage.
Nope.
It's too soft. It's too soft for me. And I'm not sure why. We run a sim pressure and we still bring 4 and it gets picked up. Why? Because there's only 4 people. Yep. So, I don't know, man. Then the really the play that told me the difference for the defense today, and I don't know if y'all noticed this or not, and I just been watching with a different eye here lately for whatever reason. You had man coverage in the low red zone. Arizona was going left to right on the TV. Femi is out there. They're in man coverage. Amur Davis, Cole's over. They have 2 tight ends on that backside with Femi, and you got a safety. Yep. You're outflanked. There is a gap between Femi and Lynch. There's nobody over the tackle. He's over the guard.
Yep.
And so now I'm looking like, why is there not more people slid to that side of the ball?
Yeah.
Of course, what happens is a touchdown run because they're outflanked.
Yep.
I'm like, that didn't make sense to me whatsoever. But again, big drops. I mean, and J. Lou, I don't know if this was making you fume like me, but why are we not getting to the sticks anymore?
Happened 3 times.
We're not getting to the sticks.
3 times it happened.
We did that all preseason. We preached on that, man. It was like, man, how great it is to see the receivers getting to the sticks.
They ran every route right in front of a yard and a half, not even at a yard and a half to 2 yards in front of it.
And it wasn't even the rookies. It was
the
veterans.
No, it was the veterans.
So I'm like, man, it's just those are just some of the things. So like I said, the 10-game losing streak is over, but the game really hinged on those 2 plays that. And I text y'all, I said, we need some of that. We never get the ball. We never get those bounces, those breaks. We don't. And so now, I just thought about it when I was in the stands and I'm up there with G Witt. He always say, man, we don't never get none of these. Right? It never goes our way. But today, G Witt, we had some.
I said it. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
But J. Lou, man, let's talk about the offense, man. You already mentioned the offensive line, which I wholeheartedly agree with you. Other than a Dan Moore, Tajay Spears miss.
I'll be honest. I thought that was either a false start on the offense or on the deep. Like that was one of the plays that it looked ugly from the get go. I wonder if Dan thought it was a false start because he didn't get out of his jump at all. And then Tajay, how much is that? Is him coming back and just misreading and being on the wrong side? So you're right. Outside of those, I thought they protected well. Put it this way. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I know who started at right tackle for the Titans, but you didn't hear his name today. You didn't hear his name. I liked seeing a nice mixture of jumbo with a pass option for run because they kept running my favorite tackle eligible plays and they were run, but they mixed it up with the lineman. You saw the rookie in there a few times. I even saw Levin in there a few times. So I liked that. I'll have to look once the numbers come out to see the percentage of play action, but I thought we mixed a lot more play action.
So much more, yes.
A lot more. And Ed, I feel like they listened to the show because we all mentioned last week, stop running play action out of the shotgun. It was a lot more up under the center that was giving Cam time. I thought this game, you saw Cam actually start to grow up the first half, and I mentioned to y'all at halftime, I don't think the game still has slowed down for him yet because he's still missing some throws that are NFL open, that he's just not quite there yet. But you have the difference, and we've said this all along, He stays calm and cool. You saw the middle of the third quarter to the end of the game. You saw what a difference that makes. Even the interception he threw that turned into a touchdown, he came right back and threw 2 or 3 dimes. And I mean, he dropped one to Calvin Ridley. And again, where I think that they finally started listening to us, your tight ends had 10 targets today.
Yep.
I've been screaming, get the ball to your tight ends. Find a way to get them on the field. Chig put a move on somebody on skates, on 2 defenders. That was just nice to see. Again, Tony Pollard, outside of the fumble, which was a freak fumble, his own man called the fumble. Right. But I thought Tony ran hard and well. You see some of the things that they're going to try to do with Spears in there. You saw them try to mix him back in a little bit. Again, I think once he gets his feet up under him, he's going to be another dynamic weapon to add. But overall, the growth. I thought that from the middle of the third quarter, because really they came out sluggish a little bit at the half, and Arizona didn't want the game. But I thought like something clicked near the end of the third quarter to the fourth with Bo, and he got in a good play calling rhythm. Yeah. I think you saw a rhythm, and what a lot of that had to do with going a little bit more hurry up. And you saw Cam.
How he been saying that?
He was saying it, and he was magnificent in that 2-minute drive to go down in the game. Now, I don't agree and don't like with settling for the field goal, especially after the first time out. You had the touchdown guaranteed because Arizona
let them score.
They already showed you they were going to try to let you score. You take that, and the way that your defense had been playing, I would just trust my defense with 20-something seconds left and him having to drive the field, as opposed to Sly, who, it was a short kick. I mean, just be honest, that kick was 3 yards deeper, he would have missed it.
That's right.
because how he hooked it. But overall, I would say that Bo Hardegree, it looked like he finally got into it. Now, again, you hope that this momentum and rhythm can carry over to next week, but it looked like something clicked with him and the offense from the end of the third to the fourth. And I'll be honest, the beginning of the game, they had a good game plan. The run game was working, play action was running, but then you got behind the sticks and got away from it. I thought we were better mixing up run and pass on first downs where you could almost be in some better third down situations. And then Calvin Ridley, I mean, he finally looked like your number one wide receiver today. The one drop he had, the guy hand was in there. I mean, he pulled his arm. So I give him that. But we still got to clean up drops because they have too many. But Cam, it was good to see him, like I say, bounce back, and hopefully he can build on this because he's still got some things to tweak. I mean, he wasn't perfect by any means and got the win, but you hope that you can use those last 2 drives, that film to show him what good looks like.
That's right. That's right. Let me get some of these comments, G. Witt, and I'll come right to you, man. Let me back up. Say, Carson said, what's going on? He says, was this win merely a stroke of luck, or can the Titans turn around? It was luck for sure. We caught some breaks. Eddie Gray said he was tired of Archuleta blaming those drops on Cam. I was too. Tyler Lockett's a veteran player. He has seen a lot of different balls. He's got to make that catch. Yeah. I mean, he's got to make that catch. The same thing, like you said, J. Lou, Red, he has somebody on his arm. He still got to make those catches. Yeah. And those dimes that he was throwing, to Ham and to Ridley, they're going to go a long way. You saw the confidence. That's what he did. That's what he was known for, taking his team down the field. And I was telling my wife, I said, this is what we got him for. And here it is. And so he's going to show up because this is his time to shine. Yep. But G. man, go ahead and talk about the offense.
Well, J. Lou pretty much covered everything. I will say I thought the offensive line played a lot better. And the one thing I will say today, the play calling was a lot better. Because I will say this, I don't remember any stupid plays.
And then how many of those quick screens did you see? And we all had one with the lineman.
It worked.
DK.
It worked.
Yeah, he got 12 yards. Yeah. But it was ran the right way. Yeah.
It was ran the right way. Yeah.
What I'm talking about, I didn't see, you run.
We didn't run wildcat
8 yards, and then you run a trick play.
Yeah.
There were no stupid plays today that I saw. Yeah. And I thought really I have to say, and as much as I've harped on his poor game management, I thought Callie did a good job managing the game today. But again, Hardegree, I thought he did a good job calling plays. with the exception of the fumble, I thought Tony Pollard ran the ball well. You can see Tajay Spears is out of not really in sync running the ball yet.
Rushed.
But overall, I thought he did a pretty good job. I was happy to finally see receivers start making catches when it counted, because again, even I bought Ayamanor, he had some drops, and I was like, okay, look, something you got to start catching these balls. But overall, I thought the offense did pretty good. I would say this, and just me watching the game, even on Eddie, what you're talking about, I think that goes either way. I understood why he did it, thinking he's going to get better field position on that punt when he could have got the 5 yards.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like you said, with the way the team's luck has always gone, you're better off taking the 5 yards on the end of what you had.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you end up losing field position and you end up getting a penalty on yourself. So,
Right.
But I will say this. I thought the first drive they did well until they got, again, crossed the 50, and all of a sudden it stalled out. And you start seeing them getting into these 3rd and longs. I mean, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8. But you saw also that in that first drive, and when they started making a move, that when they get in 3rd and manageable, they can actually make some good plays and keep the drives going.
Yes.
And so I thought they did a good job. Again, it took them a while, but you got to give them credit for is this. Okay, Arizona fumbles the ball and it ends up being a touchback. We get the ball to 20, we go down the field.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you got to give them that. The next time you get the ball, you go down the field, and I'm just going to say this, on that interception that turned into a touchdown, the ball was tipped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was tipped. It was tipped.
It was tipped. So I was like, I was nervous about that. So, I was like, when I saw the ball was tipped, I'm like, oh, and he caught it. I'm like, man. And again, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. He fell down. He was running with the ball, fell down, and fumbled the ball, and they kicked it. Boom, we end up with a touchdown. But again, my main thing is this: when Cali managed Arizona's last possession, when they had it right before the 2 minutes, calling his timeouts, I thought he did a good job there. The defense stops him, punt the ball, you get the ball to 20, and Cam Ward did what we all knew that he could do. Took us right down the field. And I agree with you totally. I would have rather gone for the touchdown than the field goal, especially and that's with any field goal kick. I don't care how automatic they are. I'd rather have 6 than 3. So, but other than that, I thought offensively this was absolutely. I thought Bo finally got the offense in a rhythm, and again, like we've been saying, if they could just go quick tempo or hurry up, it's going to help Cam out a lot. And I will say this, it was great to see them having Cam under center and running play action from under center instead of running it out of the pistol.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a better day. And I agree with both of you. I thought Bo got into better rhythm as the game went along. He really got into his I'm going to call it his swag there in that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Because he was dialing up some stuff for Cam and the offense. He got a little stale there early on, run pass. And I was like, why are we behind the sticks on 3rd down trying to convert at 3rd and long and putting ourselves in those situations? Like you guys mentioned, play action was big today. I really loved it. We did take some deep shots. Somebody else said that in the chat. We took deeper shots today. We hadn't seen it all year so far like we wanted. Really shows up today. The hand, I don't know what he's done different. But he showed up today. He had 5 for 131, and that's what we expected as we started this season out. We hadn't seen that from him. And you saw that chemistry again, and I know it is not just me, because I know y'all see it too. But I believe Chig is probably one of the best after catch runners on our team. That move where he duped 2 guys out of field, man, that was nasty. That was nasty. And of course, Gunningham, you already mentioned the 2 tight ends getting involved today. Of course, Cam's a rookie. We got to remember that. He's still holding the ball a little too long at times. He has some time to throw today. Look, J. Lou, somebody else's name we hadn't mentioned and we hadn't heard is Dan Moore. We hadn't heard of Dan Moore issue in the past couple weeks.
No.
I'm just saying. We talked about the money and we talked about how he was having some issues early on. We hadn't heard him in a couple weeks.
We said we wanted the O-line to be average.
Yeah.
He's been average. To your point about Cam and holding the ball too long, somebody's got to tell my guy it's okay to run. And when he adds that element to it, he's
Watch
gonna be
out.
more dangerous because
Watch out.
I feel like personally he left about 45 yards on the
He
field.
did.
Yes.
He did. He
Yes.
absolutely did.
I agree with you. When he decides that he's going to run the ball a little bit more, watch out. Let's go open it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
I will say this too, though, and I know y'all saw it. It's still the routes to me. The routes are still. It was better today, though. I'm gonna give you that. It was better today because he had Lockett open on one play and he took a sack.
Yeah.
And he didn't have to take that sack.
Right.
But again, you look at some of the concepts. It was just nobody open.
Nah.
And so, but again, it was better play call. 327 yards of offense, 249 passing, 78 rushing, 6 penalties. Again, you can say what you will, but there's been an improvement in the penalties.
Yeah.
And this is 2 weeks in a row we've had less than double-digit penalties. 65 plays they ran on offense today. And again, got a 5 for 15 on third down conversions, 2 turnovers, 1 fumble, and 1 interception. So, hey, better game for the offense. And I'm gonna go back, and I know we're gonna talk special teams in a minute, but I believe, let me get this comment in real quick here. Octavius Kite, man, thank you for joining us tonight. He says, Hekker worse than Stonehouse, or is he tripping? I don't want to say you tripping, but I think you tripping.
Yeah, I want to say, I'm not gonna say you tripping, Octavius.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you this answer, Octavius. Hector is a NFL punter. Stonehouse is learning to be one, and by that I mean we all fell in love with Stonehouse's ability to flip the field from a distance standpoint. But Hector, what he does is angles, and if you look, he had a couple of them today that he angled perfectly with no return or near out of bounds. So that once Stonehouse figures that piece out with his leg, I think he can be dangerous. But that'd be the difference right now.
See, Q says which is better, to win against the Cardinals or to win for VY and the comeback? I'm gonna say the VY comeback because it was nasty. That was a nasty drive, right?
Yeah, that was a he converted like 3/4 downs on that drive. If I'm
He did.
All right, G Whitman. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball because I know the league sees it and we see it, but we have an MVP on our defense that's playing. He if he don't win Defensive Player of the Year, then I'm gonna know that they got something against this small market team.
Yeah, absolutely. Because,
but go ahead, G Whit, talk about the defense.
You know how it is because even Archuleta was in calling the game. He was talking about Jeffrey Simmons gets double teamed at least 70% of the plays that he out there. One, he does, and they also said something, he doesn't come out.
Right.
Rarely comes out. And he was absolutely, like I said, outside of those first couple of drives, he was wrecking havoc and had Murray on his heels a lot.
Yeah.
So
yes,
I thought, and again, with the exception of the breakout 70-yard run that actually didn't happen, I thought the defense overall played better. Armour Davis, he's a good tackler, but that's about all I can really say about him. I don't like his cover skills, but he's a good tackler. But I thought Arizona did us a favor because they quit going to Marvin Harrison Jr. For some reason, and as much as they have that great tight end, they didn't go to him that much either. But like I said, I thought the defensive line and the edge rushers finally got there and got some good pressure. Had Kyler Murray moving and finally just caught up with him and started making some sacks. I can't remember how many sacks we ended up in this game, but
3.
Mm-hmm. 3? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I thought it was more than that, but but still, I just thought overall, I still concerned about our linebacker crew. I thought overall they did okay, but there was a lot of times they got caught up in the wash and missing their gaps and everything, and I thought that's what happened on that 70-yard run. So other than that, I thought Femi did okay. Obviously he's not that great in coverage, but he may turn into one who can do that. But overall, let's just be honest about it. The defense in the late second half, they kept getting stops. You got to give them props for that. And other than that 70-yard run, they pretty much shut them down.
They did.
And the thing you like about it, as we said earlier, was the fact that Arizona gets the ball after we scored the touchdown, and they held them down until the 2-minute warning and got out of there and got the ball back in the hands of the offense, and the offense took it down and won the game.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to give them credit for that. And again, I'm hoping this is the beginning and starts to flip on the defensive side, especially with Denard's play calling, because I still don't like some of his scheme, playing off coverage and everything. But hopefully this flips a script and they start playing more aggressive and start just making better plays. But overall, I'm not going to complain about the defense because I'll take the win any way we can get it. But they did make plays when we needed to.
Yeah, and I'm not going to complain about it, but there's some things that I'm gonna point out when I come back around after you, J. Lou. But I will say this: you mentioned Femi, and I would like to hear the explanation. But when you have a spy on a quarterback, you move where the quarterback moves. You don't go inside and jump inside, regardless of whatever you see. You got quarterback. That's your job. But go ahead, Jay Lou.
Yeah, that's what we was texting back and forth. That's why I didn't blame Arden on that play, because the move might have been called for the D line to go in. The spy is supposed to be lateral with the quarterback. I'll tell you why he stopped going to Marvin Harrison. Because your number one cornerback started trailing him.
Somebody said in the chat.
If you go back and watch the game a little bit more, Snead started picking up Marvin Harrison. And I'm gonna be honest. I think Kyler Murray started seeing ghosts after he took a couple hits.
He did.
Because when you look at it, the tight end had 7 targets, but it was, and he overthrew him on 1. He missed him on a deep one that was down the same, missed him on 1. But other than that, a lot of it didn't get behind him. And I think that the Titans, for much as we talked about this not having a pass rush, and I've seen somebody mention in here the other guy besides Key, Jahad Ward. He's heard me talking about him because he was ranking.
Where's he been? Right.
This is the best that we've seen a Denard defense play against a running quarterback. Kyler's gonna get his, and Jeff. I mean, he's tiny, so he can get through there. Jeff missed him on another sack that he should have blew him up. He just got out of there, and then of course when he gets around the edge, nobody's as fast as Kyler Murray. But I thought overall this was the best we've seen them cage rush a mobile quarterback. And you saw that affect the game because those hits he took out, he had more hits than Cam Ward had hits. And I think they took the toll on him from that standpoint. Defense, I'm gonna give Denard his credit because at halftime I was firing him. I literally was like, hey, maybe it's Denard, but something clicked for him on defense. I mean, to pitch a shutout in the second half, and granted, they still got to go back, and I'm glad that the touchdown didn't count because you at least got it on film to figure out how y'all can quit letting the damn break. But to overcome that because I mean, we've seen it for 2 years now. Who in the chat thought that when the Cardinals got the ball back and knew they were going to run it 3 straight times, you knew one of them was going to break? I was just waiting on it. And for it not to break and for them to make those plays, kudos to my guy, Big Jeff. I mean, Big Jeff is playing for either you're going to have to pay him. You're going to have to break the bank for him if you want him to stay here. I'm interested to see how his game goes to another level when he gets his running mate back, because I saw Big Jeff today go through 2, if not 3 double teams straight through the middle. Yeah, and I mean that's just unfair to an offensive line when you got a defender still getting up the middle on 2 blocks. I thought Arden Key did a better job today as well. Again, the cage rushing was different. Femi, I think that, and you heard Denard said, and this could have been the flip after halftime. He said in his press conference this week that basically we were going to dumb it down, make it a little simpler for the defense. Eddie, you mentioned it last week. You said, if I'm thinking a lot on defense, what am I doing? So maybe he made it a little simple. I think they need to take that with Femi because I think they got Femi trying to do too much. And he's a raw talent. Just let him go out there and rush the quarterback or drop back however you want to do it. But I thought coverage-wise was well. Now, again, Amani Hooker is still playing a tick too slow to me.
He is.
The Moss jump ball that they got Moss, that's a pick, because that was a duck that he threw. Go ahead, Ed.
I was going to say, so that was Xavier Woods.
Yes.
Xavier Woods.
Yes.
Now, on that play, and I can't remember the other one, but I'm like, he's just making too many bad plays for me.
Yes.
For me to, And we didn't see Winston Jr. today, but I can't wait till he gets healthy. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
He was on special teams. So that's the first step. Get him on the field.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that he's a few weeks away from probably taking over one of them starting spots. But you just like the fight that the defense showed. The defense kept you in a game that should have been a blowout. Your defense kept you in the game until your offense finally started driving and started clicking. And I mean, what was it? The final was 16-0 in the second half, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And all 16 of those points came in the fourth quarter for the Titans because the defense got the ball back to you. So, and then again, Cedric Gray has 30 tackles in 2 weeks. He had 12 tackles today. He was he made one hit when you saw his speed where he caught the running back should have been gone and he ran down and stopped him about 3 yards after he got it. So the game I think is continuing to slow down for him. And I think having a Cody Barton out there beside him is really helped bring him along. So again, there's still a little suspect in pass coverage, but I thought against the run, they played as what now the yardage wise is going to look skewed because of the 71-yard run. But I thought overall, they played well against a team that, yes, they didn't have their starting one or starting two running backs, but they had a weapon in a quarterback that we know can go off for us. So I'll give Denard his props. That second half tape on defense is what they need to play this week and build from there.
Yeah, and if you take away that run, they hold them on the 300 yards.
Yes.
So like you said, with a explosive quarterback, a big receiver that can catch anything. You'll take that all day. And here's my thing too. And I agree with you, Eddie Gray. Quandre is a better option, opposite Hooker. My thing is what changed for me, and somebody mentioned it in the chat, Nathan. He was like, who's the edge opposite? The defensive line started getting pressure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just by rushing 4.
Yeah.
We hadn't seen, like you said, we finally had a Jihad Ward sighting. We had an Arden Key sighting today.
Yes.
Femi played well. Shy Tuttle played well.
Yep.
Sebastian Joseph Day played well.
Yep.
And so you had Jeff's play elevated everybody today, I think, because he was dominating in the game, causing all kind of problems in there. Again, I would have to go back and look at that run play. I saw it from when they showed it from the backside, and it looked like we had some garbage get blocked, kind of cave in, and then the linebacker kind of overran it. But I had to go back and look at it and see it. But like you said, you take away that play, and it's a great day for the defense. Like I said, 4-man pressure. The tackling was better in the second half.
Yes.
And again, like you said, and somebody mentioned in the chat, Snead, this is probably his best game in the last couple of weeks. He went over Marvin Harrison Jr. and did some things. Armour Davis, G-Wit, I agree with you. His cover skills. Let's see what happens in a couple weeks. I want to see more of him.
I think he's more designed to be a man press, and we're not giving him that.
Yeah.
That I literally think that because his zone today, if you go back and look at some of the game in the second half, especially, watch that you'll see Snead playing press, and you got him way back playing a zone that I don't think that fits his style right now.
Yeah, he's and that's what they said right when they got him from Baltimore. He was a man press guy, long, rangy. And let's just see what happens, man, before I give me a verdict on him, because I want to see more. So a little bit of sample size of him right now, but it didn't look good today. To your point, G-Wit, I agree with you. And like I said, just this game is just so funny. But you like the pressure from the D-line. It frees up the linebackers to make plays. And I mean, what else can you ask for, man? A shutout in the second half of a team that was killing you. Right. And there was no way that they should have came back in this game. But hey, we'll take it. We'll take the win either way we can get it. Special teams, J. Lou. This always falls on you first for some reason. I don't even try to set it up this way, to be honest with y'all.
I feel like you do.
DK, man. 34-yard average. He increases his NFL leading average. But go ahead, man. Talk to me about the special teams.
Again, y'all know how I feel about Bones. DK, what I text y'all, he's due for a return that's going to be a touchdown that counts. His kick returns, he looks like he's jogging. Like he looks so slow, and then he's gone. But kudos to, did we have any penalties on returns today?
Only on kick.
on the
Block in the back.
the block in the back.
Yeah,
Outside
only
of
on
that
the,
one, yeah. But outside of that one,
legal
again,
formation on the kick team too.
yeah.
Kickoff. Tell me what that is. Is somebody not 5 yards out? I mean, what is it?
I don't understand
He
that
took
call.
off early.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say.
He left
but
early. That's why they called it.
Bones, you can tell he's coaching up this unit, and we've said that our return game is now again the Titans. Believe it or not, this just tells you how bad our offense have been. We lead the league in starting field position. We lead the entire league in starting field position. We haven't done that ever. So just DK is a weapon back there. I'll never forget all of us asking, "Hey, why are they going with DK?" They saw something. They saw what me and you saw, Ed. Because in practice, we saw it, but we just never saw it in the games. Joey Sly, I don't understand how you miss extra points inside. Now again, he redeemed himself at the end, and that again, that last kick was a little too. They worked out 3 kickers last week. I wouldn't be shocked if they working out some kickers Tuesday.
I thought it was 4, but go ahead.
Yeah, so he's got to get out of his head, and then Johnny Hecker, again my guy that was Octavius, I think it was asking about Stonehouse. Johnny Hecker, 54-yard average today, 3 of them inside the 20. That's flipping the field when you're not.
The coverage was great.
Coverage was phenomenal. I mean, kudos to Van Jefferson, because just to go back to coaching, talk about coaching. You've lost the fastest gunner that we had in Bryce Oliver has been down the last 3 weeks. Nobody on this panel can tell a difference because the punt coverage has still been the same. So my guy Marcus Harris, he had the penalty on the other one, but he had a kill shot on one return as well. So,
nice.
He had a very nice tackle. So overall, special teams again continues the outside of the missed extra point, continue to get to be a shining bright star. And you want that to keep ascending. The next thing I'm waiting on, like I said, now is for DK to get one that actually counts.
Now, remind me, did they put Big Sweat on our?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So I'm not sure if because he missed the Colts game, but I don't know if they IR'd him previous to the no, they didn't. So he missed 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's not available to the game 7.
Yeah. So to answer your question, Taylor. So game 7. But go ahead, G. Anything else for the special teams?
Well, Jay Lou covering because that's his forte right there. as much as he's complained about special teams,
I let him have it. I just let him have it.
And obviously you see it. Special teams is good because really the only person you worry about is Sly missing field goals.
That's it.
That's really the only thing you worry about. Punting wise, the blocking has been excellent on punts. Hecker did a great job. He would have had one down inside the 5 if the player kept running, but he at least recovered enough to knock
Marcus
the ball
Harrison.
back and get it back to the 10. But we worried about him because, he's an older punter and everything. But like you said, his directional punts have been great. I was worried about the kickoff blocking in the beginning because it looked like they were allowing people to come through, but obviously Bones made some adjustments because after that, I thought DK had plenty of room to run and pick his holes.
Yes.
And you're exactly right. It does look like he's jogging when he gets the ball, but once he hits the hole, I thought he was gone.
Yes.
I thought he was gone. I was like, man, he might make it. And then I saw where the other guy caught up with him and turned it back inside. And I'm like, But overall, there's no complaints about special teams. Really, that's the only unit that hasn't been, other than Sly, that has really been no complaints about it whatsoever.
There you go, Dewey Cheatham. It's 13-4. He said we can. He's saying what with Deion. Deion said this is the first game on the way to 13 wins. Deion told my wife that. I said Deion said that last week, and he ain't gonna say. He gonna say a whole bunch more about that tonight. Hey, 1 week at a time, brother. 1 week at a time. I would say this too, man, before we move on. That, and I know y'all saw it, man. We had all of the rookie receivers on the field a lot today together. With Ridley. Ridley was the only veteran.
Yep.
So just see that, man. You can see it coming. It's coming along, and the future's bright. We just gotta get better coaches. So, all right, man. So looking at the AFC South, the Colts.
Yep.
Daniel Jones, man. I don't see how he's not in the MVP caliber conversation right now. 4-1. They went over the Raiders 40-6. The Jags play KC tomorrow night, so we'll see that matchup. The Texans put 44 up on the Ravens today.
Yeah.
44. Lamar Jackson is out. So you see what happens. You don't have a quarterback. Your offense can't move the ball. Defense on the field a lot. And so now we understand.
We got the same record as the Ravens.
We do.
That's true. That's true.
Titans moved to 1-4. So here we go. This game this week is in honor of Jay Lou. This is his home away from home.
Yes.
He will be on location reporting.
I'll be on location reporting for you next week.
Right. So a tough game for the Raiders today. They are 1-4. Geno was sacked 4 times. Ashanti Genty, 14 carries for 67 yards. So they have the ability to run the ball. Mm-hmm. I look at their receivers, though, G-Wit. I don't see anything that's really scary. Jacoby Myers, maybe. But Dante Thornton Jr., now he's a speed demon. He only had 2 targets a day. Probably didn't have a lot of time to get the ball off for Geno. But talk to me, G-Wit, man. Some keys you think. I know you. I'm going to let you say it. I was going to say what you was going to say because I know you're a report already. But go ahead. Go ahead. I almost said it for you, but go ahead.
I don't know what you thought I was going to say.
I'm going to tell you when you say it. Go ahead.
But no, I was just going to say, hey, look, it's one game. We'll just wait and see. That's all we can do. Mm-hmm. We hope that, again, like we said earlier, that this is the beginning of them actually getting this offense together. And we hope also that it's the beginning of Denard finally getting his rhythm with the defense as well. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm not sure. I haven't watched the Raiders this year, in all honesty. So I'm interested to see. They gave up 4 sacks today. And from what I can see, just watching the feed, on the news feed and everything, Geno was under pressure all day long. So if we can replicate the pressure that we were given in the second half, and I would say from the second quarter on today, I think we might have a good chance of actually making it a competitive game. But we'll just wait and see.
One game at a time.
One game at a time.
One game at a time. I will say this, J. Lou, before you give us your take. The defense will finally catch a little break with the mobility of the quarterback. Next week,
because Geno, he ain't as mobile.
Yeah, Daniel Jones, Kyler Murray. Yeah. We've had some guys that can run. Bo Nix. So we've seen some guys that can run around, but Geno, on the other hand, a little bit more of a pocket statue.
Yeah, this is going to be. So I would expect to see a little bit more cover 2 shell. Geno likes to throw the ball deep. Now Geno, he looked terrible. We don't need him to break out next week, but he will throw you picks left and right. You're right. Now the wild card for them would be Brock Bowers. He's dealing with an injury, which the injury is going to be exactly how much the Raiders take off of him, because basically the only way he can heal up right now is rest, and he didn't want to rest. So he could be a weapon. Again, Shanti Jenkins, the running back, he definitely. He had a couple today from just watching it on Red Zone that looks very good.
He's definitely legit.
Yeah, even catching the ball out of the backfield. So got to get some pressure on that on Geno where he could throw you something. But again, I think we'd see some cover 2 shell. From the offensive side of the ball, there's probably a very good chance that your starting 5 offensive line plays Sunday. I would be shocked if JC doesn't play. Let me just put that out there. But I think you get him back, which is good, because you're going against Max Crosby, who is still a game wrecker.
Yes.
And they have a decent defense with that. That's one thing about Pete Carroll, is going to have a defense, but you can neutralize him, especially if you have your offensive weapons back. And again, it should be a good game. I feel like you use what you saw in the second half. Use that and build on that. Play action. I mean, it sounds simple. Run the ball, play action, but you got to be effective with that. I think you see Spears get a few more touches in the run game. I think he only had like 4 or 5 today, which you expect his first game since preseason. Get him a few more. Both him and Tony Pollard are running hard, and the offensive line, again, as we said, was making holes. So if you can neutralize Max Crosby next week, kind of stay away from him from that side and not let him wreck the game, then you keep yourself and have the chance to stay in the game. So that would be some of my takeaways from next week's game.
Yeah, you mentioned a lot, and I think, of course, we got to run the ball well, and I think that's the carry allotment that you want for Pollard. That 14 to 15 range like he had today.
Yes.
You get Spears about the same, so that's the kind of load that you want on them. And hopefully, if Mullins comes back, man, he can be the short yardage guy and handle those tough duties. Play action, you already mentioned that, both of you. Under the center play action in particular, not the guns. It's a Pete Carroll team. So what does Pete Carroll like to run? He loves to run cover four quarters. He loves to run cover four palms. And so how do you beat those defenses? You got to get in the seams. You got to get in the flats. And so it's going to be very imperative that the offense looked to take advantage of that. Like you said, Max Crosby on the other side, he's one of the best game records in the league for a reason.
Yes.
And so you saw it today. We got to get that quick passing game going. We did that. You saw that a little bit quicker passes out of the pocket. And so those things are helping. If JC plays out, that's going to be even better for the Titans. And so, yeah, man, a tough game. Good rookie running back. I did see that they held Jonathan Taylor on like 60-some yards today rushing. So they could obviously, like I said, a Pete Carroll coach team is going to be tough on defense no matter what.
I think that 60 is skewed a little bit because he didn't play from like the middle of the third on.
Okay.
Because I think he had like 3 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken. They took him out. So
he did have 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And they had 20 points they scored in the second and the third quarter. So,
and now they're going to be special teams this week.
Yes.
They might be getting a new punter. Because the Raiders punter, he looked like he got his leg broke on a block today. Got a block, so he was out the rest of the game. So that could be another wild card there in the special team side of the ball if they got somebody new in there trying to do kicking and holding.
Yeah, and so another West Coast game, time difference, how to deal with it. I was wondering if they was gonna stay out there this week and it's be right there.
Not.
Yeah, but they're coming back home, right? And they're coming back home, and so. We'll see, man. 1 week at a time. See if we can stack on top of this game. There was a lot of good. There was still some bad, but there was a lot more good today to build off of.
Yeah.
And you want to see if that continues to go with a second-year head coach and a young team, very young team. Can Callahan continue to manage the game? Can Bo continue to build off the success he had today with Cam? And can the defense play like they did in the second half for an entire game? So usually the defense played the first 3 quarters.
Yep.
Right?
They played the fourth quarter today.
They played the fourth quarter today. But thank y'all again, man, for joining us for another episode of Halftime Adjustments. Eddie Arnell, G with J. Lou.
Yes, sir.
Halftime Adjustments, man. The Titans win 22-21 at Arizona.
It's been a long time since you said that, man.
I know, man. I was like, I didn't even know what to say today because I hadn't said it in a while. So 10-game losing streak is over. G Witt is laughing and smiling, saying, "It's all good."
Absolutely, it's the first time in a long time.
And your wife doesn't have to say, "Stop being so negative."
Exactly.
Darius, why don't they take advantage of him? I don't know, man. They just got to figure it out. You got a 6'5" tight end that can catch.
That's what I'm gonna say. Not only size, he's got the best hands out of any of the pass catchers on the team.
Right, he had a drop today, but still.
That catch he had at the 1 yard line was a thing of beauty.
Man.
Yes.
That was a thing of beauty.
Hey, I'm telling you. The future's bright. We just got to get the right coach. We need a few more parts and pieces. We're going to be there. We're going to be there. More to come. That's right, Taylor. But again, thank y'all for joining us, man. Check us out next week.
So let's Taylor. I think it was Taylor that asked. So Sweat is eligible to return from IR the game against the Patriots. I looked
against
it up.
the Patriots, man.
This technically can be his next game missing coming up, and then he's eligible against the Patriots.
So Jeffrey is balling right now without Sweat.
And I would think, unless something strange happens, I think he's going to be just like Tajay was today, where when they activate him, he probably will play that week.
Pitch count. Thank you, Dewey. Cheatham High says, hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all do that, man. Share the show, man. Appreciate y'all supporting the show. Dion said, I'm already making calls to possible coach for 2026. Hey, man. Dion, you also said 13-4. Now, don't be trying to pull off that now, brother.
Yeah, because if you go 13-4, it's definitely not a new coach.
Like, you can't get a new coach if you go 13-4.
Nope.
So, hey, brother, stand 10 toes down on that. You call this stuff. Again, man, check us out next week, 7 p.m. We'll be back. Jay Luke, we'll figure out, man, how you gonna get in.
Hey, I have to buzz in. Yes.
Thank y'all, man, for joining us. Check us out next week, man. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.